What's up, guys? How we doing? All right, so I want to take a quick video just because I consume a lot of YouTube, and there's always channels out there to find out and to help grow yourself. I watch YouTube just for not just for entertainment, but also for learning things. Because I mean, everybody, that's what you. I mean, it's getting to be a really big search engine for sure. I think it eventually will pass probably Google for being like the largest search engine because of the content out there. So I decided to do a video explaining some of the channels that I can't miss, and then there's some channels that I absolutely, well, there's one channel that I can't stand, and there's a couple ones that I just don't like at all. So let's get into it. All right, so YouTube channels, what I consume, what I recommend, what I don't recommend, what kind of just pisses me off about YouTube channels. Let's get into it. Okay, so this is kind of a tool contractor channel itself, so we'll go through the main contractor channels. We've got Concord Carpenter, Finish Carpentry TV, Idaho Painter. These channels don't need, obviously, my shout out. They're huge channels, well, compared to mine anyway. I like them because they may still have sponsored videos, but they're in the field. They do the work. They're not just given a tool to make a product review and be done with it. They show you tools. Even Concord Carpenter, that channel, he does a video series where he revisits tools years later, and he still has them. And obviously he's been using them all the time, and how he recommends them. I'm still waiting for one of his videos to come out where he doesn't recommend one, but I guess I couldn't either do that video either, because if a tool doesn't work out, I don't keep it long because it's not an asset to the business. So I get it. But Finish Carpentry TV, Super Professional Carpenters, and Idaho Paint, that business, that's a huge business as far as painting. I think I've stopped following the entire channel, but it's if you guys, they have a bunch of reviews on stuff, and then they have a bunch of how-to videos. Definitely check them out. There's also plenty more. Let me know in the comment section below what you guys think, what you recommend, because I don't know all of them, and I always I always pop in my Bluetooth in my ear, and I can just listen to stuff while I'm working. That's how I consume YouTube mostly. I don't really just sit there and watch YouTube. It's more just in the background, and I can just kind of absorb what I can while I'm working. That's how I pretty much watch stuff. Unless it's like a how-to, I'm trying to figure something out, or what I'm doing wrong with something. That's how I consume YouTube, really. As far as non-carpentry, non-trades related, there's what do I have here? For political, Tim Pool, Blue Collar Logic, and the Daily Wire. Those are the ones depending on my tone for the day, it's what I consume as well. What do I got here? Now there's a couple channels I follow that are contractor, but they're not my trades. They're landscaping and hardscaping, stuff like that, which I don't do, but at the same time, I like to learn everything I can about just being in business. So I would highly recommend Keith Kalfas. He's actually local in my area. I think he's about an hour away from me here, but his channel is great. It's inspirational. They have the rags to riches story. He tells you he's not, he doesn't hold anything back, which is great. And Tigran Gertz, I can't really say his name. He's in California. Some of his stuff you can see how he works, and he has a great business and huge. I wouldn't. There's things you just keep. It's things that he says that might not float your boat, but at the same time, it's working for him. So it's definitely entertaining. I'll give him that for sure. It's a pretty good channel for sure. We've got DIY Solar with Will Prowse. Now that's just he does a bunch of battery and solar charge controllers. Obviously, I just did my trailer, and that video should be coming out soon too, or it already is out. But anyways, it's also a rags to riches story. He was homeless, or not homeless, but he lived out of an RV for years, and he overcame a bunch of stuff. You can follow his channel. It's a great story. Even if you don't like solar, you can just follow some of his other videos, or just watch some of his other videos. He was living out of an RV for so long. It's crazy. His story is awesome. And then, those are what I great. Now, I'm into cars a little bit, so I do follow Mustangs in particular. Alejandro Flores, YOLO Douchebag, pure entertainment. He's hilarious. It's not a PG show. His channel, it's big boy show, so just be mindful. If you are, if you just want entertainment, it's hilarious. And if you know about cars, you're gonna follow better, and it's gonna be even funnier for you. But keep that in mind. As far as other, I mean, obviously James Yeager, if you're into any kind of self protection for firearms, James Yeager is pretty much, I think he had his channel canceled because YouTube doesn't like conservative views and all that kind of stuff and guns. So I think he had his channel actually canceled once, but he's back on YouTube. Definitely check him out. He's awesome. And there's a bunch of car review channels out there. Like I know That Dude in Blue. There's a bunch of other ones out there, but Savage Geese is probably the best channel in my opinion. I think they're out of the Chicago area, I want to say. And they have unbiased car reviews, and it's actually quite entertaining the way that they do it. Definitely check it out. I mean, even I find myself watching their reviews on minivans just because of the entertainment factor of their show. So that just gives you a point. So that's pretty much my main gist of stuff that I consume as far as YouTube. And there's always other things that pop in and out. So if you guys see anything down, or leave it in the comment section below, something that you would recommend, I'll definitely check it out because I'm always looking for different channels now. I don't have obviously all the time in the world, but I'll definitely check it out. There's also a couple other channels that are smaller, and then obviously some of the ones that have millions of views. Obviously, I'll give a shout out real quick too. Recreational Woodworker. You guys just Google that, and I'll put links to these ones in the description. Robert, if you follow his channel at all, he does phenomenal woodworking. He forgets more about woodworking than I could ever learn, really. His craftsmanship's almost, it's ridiculous. He has his own little woodworking shop too. I think he's based out of Texas, and he's got. If you follow in the back, I originally drew me to him like years ago. Is his whole getting fired and having to do a handyman work and getting. He does have a tool trailer, or now he used to. Has a video series. I think it's like 5 or 6 videos of that as well. And you can just follow the story. Now he's obviously full-blown, completely professional. He does like dog kennels, a bunch of stuff. Check it out. I'll leave the description in below. His work is stunning for sure. He also sells plans with his website. If you guys are looking for that, and one of these days I'll have enough time where I can build myself a bench or something, man. It's ridiculous. Next one would be Millis Construction. He is out of Oklahoma. He's a general contractor. He's got rental properties. He does phenomenal tool reviews. Way better content than I have in this channel. Actually, all of these channels are way better content than this one. So anyways, we'll put this video up anyway, right? So, you've got great content by Millis Construction. He has a lot of Festool. He has a way sicker trailer than I do. He's got a huge one too, by the way. And and my wife says I spend a lot of money on tools, but I just kind of point her into his YouTube channel. It's crazy. It's for sure. It's awesome. And he does a bunch of unbiased. And again, the people that I'm recommending, they all do field reviews. Like they all get the tools, go use them, and then give you their honest opinion about them. It's not like the other, the tool. I won't say, but they're ones that get tools by the box stores, and they tell them to do a review or video on them, and then the tools are brand new. They don't ever use them whatsoever. So, but not Millis Construction or Recreational Woodworker, Robert Daly. Robert Daly again has a 5-minute tool review video series. It's fantastic. Millis Construction also, he's a smaller channel, but his content's amazing. It looks super, and he's gonna blow up here pretty soon. So check him out, give him a follow because it's all great content, and again, unbiased reviews, and that's what I like about YouTube what I'm trying to find with YouTube is unbiased opinions, because man, it seems like today everybody's got an agenda. It really does. A couple other smaller handyman. You got High Ridge Handyman. He's out in the East Coast. Again, he's if you're looking at small business, he does videos about pretty much everything. Really, he does a live video on Wednesdays. He's live. Check him out. He does a bunch of stuff. He does giveaways too. He just got a new. I believe he's getting a new vehicle here soon, and it's cool. It's a good follow. It's absolutely a good follow. He does tool reviews. He does tech talk. If what you recommend as far as business pricing stuff like that. Give him a follow because it's awesome. And Adventures of a Handyman, I'd also recommend. He's in one of the Carolinas. I can't remember. I think out of South Carolina or North. I think it's South Carolina. Great great craftsmanship, and he does more of the vlog, handyman, pricing. Again, the struggles of small business, and he had a full-time job and he quit, I think, a year or two ago to go full-time. So it's great to see the transition because I can relate a little bit. And, you know, you can see, you know, the struggles and you can kind of relate, and it's great entertainment. It's absolutely awesome. I mean, it really is. Last one I'd recommend also, and again, all these links will be in the description below. The Bearded Builder. He is a smaller YouTube channel as well. But he's a pretty big operation. He's a home builder, new construction builder, and, you know, remodeler out of Wisconsin. He does, and if you think my trailer is amazing, his trailer is freaking phenomenal. And I think everybody that I'm listening here, they all have tool trailers, so you see a little trend, right? So that's it is for. But that's what, being in Wisconsin, he does a bunch of good work up there. And you can follow along. He put a heater in his trailer. He does a bunch of stuff and a bunch of how-to. And you can follow a couple of his video series about his new construction build last year. It's phenomenal content. It's great. So, I mean, those are the ones that I'd recommend. Let me know in the description below if one of the ones I recommended you absolutely can't stand. Tell me why in the description below, because I like to know. I mean, everybody has an opinion, right? So, now there's one channel that I can't stand. I mean, there's a couple that I don't like, but there's one that I can't stand is VCG Construction. That's just a personal reason. I can't stand the way he delivers his content. Like, you could be watching, you know, for 5 or 6 minutes into the video and he still hasn't done anything as far as giving you actual info. And I mean, that's an exaggeration, but at the same point, it's just a personal. I can't stand the way that they do content. I keep trying, you know, when you have the video, it says, you know, not interested or whatever, you ignore. I keep doing that, but it always pops up, which is the YouTube algorithm, man. It's powerful stuff. And I'd say the next one, as far as channels that I don't like, are the channels that get tools review and they don't actually use the tools. I watched a couple landscaping videos where like Milwaukee sent them, you know, impacts and some other things, and they literally don't even use the tools. You know, like maybe change a blade on a mower or something like that. But then they're giving you, you know, their honest opinion about the tool, which looks brand new, and they've been, you know, they probably put one lug nut on or something like that. So I don't like any of those. Also, most of the tool shows that they're not in the field, so they just kind of give you the news on the tools. So it's like a media for like Milwaukee or DeWalt or whoever will just contact them with information. So they just put out a video, and they don't actually give you any substantial long-term hands-on reviews. I mean, that's pretty much what I look for in YouTube. Is just like the hands-on information. You know, don't sugarcoat it. And I mean, I know everybody's gonna have paid, you know, promotions. Eventually, I will too. Hopefully, you know, I mean, that's the whole point of this, right? Is to get paid to put yourself out there. But at the same time, you know, it's got to be honest. And most of those channels, I don't feel are very honest reviews, or are at least at a minimum skewed towards the actual tool manufacturer that gave them the tools. So anyways, that's all I got for that. I mean, let me know in the comment section below, guys. Like and subscribe. I consume a lot of YouTube. I think it's like 40 gigs a month on my Verizon, my phone. So 40, I think maybe, around there, give or take. So yeah, like and subscribe, you guys. I'll see you in the next video.